All right, now we're going to get to the good stuff. In this last section, I'm going to give you some things you can do in the first 30 days to get your project off the ground and running the way you need it to as the sponsor. I've given you some big ideas, some strategic stuff, some strategery, and now I'm going to go tactical and help you set it up, because let's face it, I don't want you to leave here with, I need to figure this out on my own. I want to give you some action items you can implement right away. So let's do that. Let's talk about the first thing you can do on a predictive project in the first 30 days. Well, authorize the charter. The charter is the birth certificate of your project. It has high-level information, high-level objectives, high-level risk, high-level assumption, high-level budget, schedule, scope, client information. Get that thing off the ground. Name your project manager in it as well so they can begin proper planning. There it is. Name the project manager. Those two, those are easy. Don't sit on them. Clarify governance. How do you leave your exit gates? What criteria do you need to satisfy? What level of authority does everyone have? What reports are due? How are you going to be large and in charge? Because trust me, you don't want to figure it out after there's a problem. You want to figure it out well in advance. Align leadership. You have peers. Make sure they know what you're doing. You need to know what they're doing, because you folks are sharing resources, people and stuff. And then align your leadership all the way down to your project manager and let him or her handle the rest. Set it up now or you'll deal with it later, and communicate from the top down. This is our project. This is what we're doing. My project manager has my full support. The CEO is paying attention. This is how it's going to help our company from a strategic level. Now let's go forth and conquer. Oorah! Something like that. You probably don't have to do the oorah, but you know what I mean. Let's talk about agile projects. You have to frame the vision. Why are we doing this? Because it all rolls downhill. The product owner needs a vision. He's got the product backlog. He's got the product goal. The team has the sprint backlog and the sprint goal. They're going to be looking for the product vision to help them move forward all the way to a working increment. And if you can't communicate that to them, they're going to have a problem with it as well. Be it the kickoff, whatever it is. Maybe it's the first sprint planning session. Let's face it, this isn't a professional Scrum Master or product owner course. This is the real deal. So if you need to show up and glow up and help the team get their mind right, let them know you're practicing the 3 V's, which I will get to in a minute, they will appreciate it. So show up, be visible, but don't be a pain in the butt. Meet the team is what I'm talking about. Set up check-ins. When are you going to show up? Is it only going to be at the sprint review? Are you going to invite yourself to the retrospective? Are you going to show up and just sit in and listen to sprint planning? What are you going to do? Set the expectations so they know. And champion empowerment. Give them authority, step back, trust them, and let them run. Agile teams cannot be closely held. That is not how they work. So if you're coming from the predictive side of the house, you need to take a step back and let go. Let's talk about hybrid projects. You need to clarify reporting. The product owner cannot report to a Scrum Master, and the Scrum Master can't report to a project manager, and a project manager can't report to a product owner. You have 2 different swim lanes here, and they should flow up to you, not each other. Make sure everyone clearly understands that, or you will have a problem. You also need to define the checkpoints. When are we looking at phase gates and iterative deliveries? Everyone needs to know what that means, because one side is going to be looking for a hardcore schedule and the other side is going to be looking for a very loose framework, and sometimes they don't mesh well together. Make sure they understand that. Make sure you have executive buy-in on how you're setting up this hybrid project too. You're going to have predictive folks above you. You're going to have Scrum folks above you, or at least that's their backgrounds. They might develop an illusion that something else is actually going on. Make sure you let them know exactly what it is. Establish escalation, just like we talked about several times already. When do they need to come to you for help? When do you need to go to someone for help? What is their level of authority? When is it the break glass in case of emergency? Make sure everyone clearly understands it because hybrid projects are difficult. And if you are a predictive sponsor, that's your background. By default, you will be looking for that kind of governance and that kind of documentation, and it may not be necessary. Communicate, balance, balance, balance. This is what we're doing. Now let's talk about some common themes. You need to commit to the 3 V's, as I call them. You need to be vocal, you need to be visible, and you need to be available. There's 3 V's in there somewhere. If you can pull all 3 of them off, you can pull off just about any kind of project. Build alignment. Make sure from the bottom to the top, everyone knows what you're doing, everyone knows what this project is about, and it stays pointed in the direction it's supposed to be in, to move the company from the present state to the future state, whatever that is. Make sure everyone stays aligned. Meet the team, project manager, scrum master, product owner, developers, contractors, engineers, whatever it is. Remember the 3 V's, vocal, visual, and available. I love that. The 3 V's, that's mine, don't take it. Be engaged, show up, sit in, ask questions, be supportive, not critical, be supportive in any way that you can do that moves them in a positive direction. And last, and certainly not least, set the risk tone. What is your appetite? What is the company's appetite? How much are we willing to put up with on this project? Because if we don't know, I guarantee you we will exceed it very quickly. So there you go. The first 30 days, I'm going to drop this in a cheat sheet real soon. There's going to be a bunch of other stuff. So get ready, Freddie. You signed up for this, or maybe you were voluntold. Doesn't matter. You're a project sponsor now.